Hello, SAC fans. I'm Commissioner Patrick Britz, and welcome to this week's SACcast. This past week in football saw Wingate shut out Catawba 17-0 to move the Bulldogs to a perfect 4-0 record. This was Wingate's second straight shutout and the third of the season. Joe Reich's squad is boasting an impressive average of 4 points against per game and has moved up to 29th in this week's national poll. Newberry opened up SAC play with a 38-31 win over Tusculum, behind the play of AstroTurf Defensive Player of the Week, Alstevis Squirewell. The senior defensive lineman had an interception that he returned for a touchdown, as well as a sack where he not only caused a fumble, but also recovered it. Not to be outdone, the Wolves punter Kyle Clark had an average of 45.8 yards per punt, which included 2 that went over 60 yards and 4 that were down inside the 5-yard line. Remember when having punts down inside the 20 was a big deal? Yeah, me neither. Damian Baker of Carson Newman was named the AstroTurf Offensive Player of the Week after racking up 249 rushing yards and scoring 4 touchdowns, leading the Eagles to a 62-38 win over Mars Hill. For their efforts, both Baker and Clark were named National Players of the Week by D2Football.com. Lenoir-Rhyne remains ranked 22 in the nation after a 46-22 win over Limestone. And conference games this Saturday are Newberry at Catawba, Tusculum travels to Brevard, and Carson Newman visits Hickory to face Lenoir-Rhyne. In men's soccer last week, Brevard goalkeeper Heath Turner recorded 12 saves in the Tornado 0-0 draw at Mars Hill and was named the AstroTurf Co-Player of the Week. Earlier in the week, Turner helped Brevard also take a 2-1 win over Anderson. John Ander of Wingate was also named Co-Player of the Week after scoring 3 goals in the Bulldogs' 5-0 win over Queens. The Bulldogs followed that win with a 1-0 triumph over Newberry to remain third in the NSCAA Southeast Region Top 10 and 16th in the national poll. Joining Wingate in the regional top 10 are Lincoln Memorial at 5th, Carson Newman at 7th, and Lenoir-Rhyne at 9th. Wingate travels to Harrogate this Saturday to face the Rail Splitters in a match that will have huge implications on the SAC title. In women's soccer, Idoia Aguirre of Anderson was named the AstroTurf Player of the Week for the second time this season after leading the Trojans to a 2-0 record. The junior from Spain scored both goals in a 2-0 win over Brevard and assisted on the game winner in double overtime at Tusculum. With the 2 wins, the Trojans moved up a spot to 9th in this week's NSCAA Southeast Region Top 10. Wingate remains the only undefeated team left in the SAC at 7-0, and stayed at 2nd in the regional poll and jumped 4 spots to 12 in the national top 25. Lenoir-Rhyne and Carson Newman also remain in the regional top 10, and a key matchup this weekend has Carson Newman visiting Anderson. In volleyball, Lenoir-Rhyne went 3-0 on the week, thanks to outside hitter Brooke Redmond. The sophomore from Statesville, North Carolina, recorded double digits in kills and digs in wins over Anderson and Brevard, and was named the AstroTurf Player of the Week. Wingate also went 3-0 on the week and notched an impressive road win at previously unbeaten Carson Newman. The Bulldogs setter Iris Brewer took home Specialist of the Week honors, averaging over 10 assists and 3 digs per set. We now have a 3-way tie at the top of the league standings at Carson Newman, Lenoir-Rhyne, and Wingate are all 6-1. Anderson is only 1 back at 5-2, and Tusculum and Catawba are 4-3. We could be in for an exciting title race over the next 6 weeks. Some important matches this week include Tusculum at Lenoir-Rhyne and Anderson visiting Carson Newman. In men's cross country last weekend, Queens finished 2nd as a team at the Bulldog Stampede hosted by Wingate in a preview of the NCAA regional meet. Alex Griggs of Mars Hill was the overall individual winner with an 8K time of 25 minutes and 42 seconds, earning him his 2nd AstroTurf Runner of the Week award this year. 5 SAC teams are in the Southeast Region Top 10, with Queens 2nd, Mars Hill 5th, and LMU, Wingate, and Anderson at 8, 9, and 10. On the women's side, the SAC dominated the Bulldog Stampede, with Wingate taking home the team title and Anderson and Queens finishing 2nd and 3rd. Last year's SAC Freshman of the Year, Haley Love of Anderson, edged out Lincoln Memorial's Whitney Elliott by 1 second to win the individual title and earn her AstroTurf Runner of the Week honors. Both Wingate and Anderson jumped 2 spots to 2nd and 3rd in this week's regional top 10, and Coker jumped into the rankings at number 9. The SAC Cross Country Championship is now less than a month away, and will be hosted by Lincoln Memorial in Pineville, Kentucky on October 24. Make sure to visit thesac.com for all the latest news and results, and please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And remember to tweet us using the hashtag SACcast and give us your feedback.